My presentation's on XML in education. The state of XML in education currently, it's actually pretty extensive. It uses it's used to keep information standardized between schools. That means like student information, even cafeteria information, grades, everything. The main XML vocabulary that's used is the School Interoperability Framework, shortened by SIF, and it's used pretty extensively. SIF is primarily used in K through 12 as a means of sharing information between schools. It's been used since 1999, and it's the leading XML vocabulary in education. It's designed around being capable of handling all school records. Like when it was designed where it could, maintain library records, student information, grades, everything. I have a chart later that shows all the different things it's meant to be able to do. Ideally, all applications that a school uses would store data in the SIF format. This would make all the data centralized and transferable between pretty much any school, so it would make things easy. If there's a transfer student, the school would send the data, the other school would have the data in the same format already. It would make it really quick, seamless. It would improve efficiency between schools, and honestly, it's a pretty simple system overall. I mean, any system this size is of course going to be complicated in some ways, but overall it's pretty simple, and it would make even just within each school, it would make things pretty efficient. And of course, the efficiency would reduce costs in IT, personnel, all kinds of things. SIF is an XML-based messaging framework. So basically, it sends messages, it would have each application sending a message to a centralized thing, and all the messages would be in the SIF vocabulary format. The messages would be transferred over HTTP, and there's also alternate, data transport methods available so that more web services can use the SIF vocabulary. Here's a diagram I found that shows everything it's meant to do. You can see it's got library automation, grade books, food service, transportation, even where students live, data analysis and reporting, network account management, future applications, so more stuff can be added later, human resource within the school, voice within the schools, energies and facilities management, instructional services, student information services. So it's meant to do everything, and it's meant to send it all to this ZIS, the Zone Integration Server. So that's the thing that takes all the data that's put in the SIF vocabulary format and puts it all together and makes it accessible for everybody. And here's a sample of some XML code in this. Well, actually, I think this is more of a template, but in the SIF vocabulary. The current state of XML in education, it all pretty much is based around the SIF vocabulary. I couldn't find pretty much anything else that uses XML in the education field right now, at least in K through 12. Libraries have some other things, and yes, libraries are in education, but that's not the focus of this. So again, it would allow schools to easily and efficiently store and send and retrieve data to each, amongst each other. Unfortunately, not all schools use the SIF standard. It is the most used standard for data, especially with student information services, and I believe with grades and grade records. Again, it has the highest adoption rate, and it's also focused on K through 12. I didn't see much about it in higher education, which I don't understand because obviously higher education takes data from K through 12, and with the whole, how big data is and everything, and all data coming together, everything should use the same format. And if it's education, they should have a standardized format. So in conclusion, the framework is available for all schools. The framework itself and the vocabulary are free. It's just schools need to adopt them. And yes, free meaning it doesn't cost anything to actually use the framework, but if a school is already in an ecosystem for, using or maintaining their data, then it would cost them money to switch over. But overall, it would probably save them money in the long run. It needs more participation. Every school should use this. I mean, from my research, it looks like the best thing. Well, again, I was looking for this, so I probably found a lot of biased articles, but it seems like a really good thing that could save schools a lot of time and money. And that's pretty much it.